Hello, everyone. It's Julie Hedges here, and you're live with Monday Metta on the Tarot Journey. This is our first Monday Metta live in the new year. Last week was actually our first Monday of the new year, but I couldn't be with you live, so we did a card draw instead. And so thank you for all of your comments and all of the cards that were shared. Some really good messages. I love doing that. So I love being with you, and I love doing Monday Metta. And so this is Monday Metta Live. Yay! Thanks for being with me tonight. If you read the description or are going to read the description after this short Monday Metta, it's all about feeling a sense of timing, and constriction. Now is the time. This is the time. And what does that mean? So I asked in there, are you feeling a pinch, pull, or poke? Are you feeling things kind of pulling all in around you, the walls closing in around you? Are you feeling a sense of urgency or a sense of dread? Or are you feeling, hi Rob saying, just another Metta Monday. Oh yeah. It's Metta Monday live on the Tarot Journey. Are you feeling timing kind of clicking into place? Are you feeling like I'm running out of time, or I should have more time, or this is the time? So yes, it is. Now is the time. And it's all about Saturn, the planet of Saturn, and Capricorn. We are still in the month of Capricorn. Capricorn is the sea goat. Capricorn is father time, Chronos. So when I talk about Capricorn and talk about Saturn, I'm talking about the exact same thing here. So father time, the Lord of karma. And Saturn is all about constriction and contraction. Now, what's interesting about contraction is, if there are those watching, any ladies who are mothers who have had babies, you know how babies come into the world. When it's time, there you go, that word time. When it's time for that baby to come into the world, there are contractions. Contractions are what make things manifest on the earth plane. So these wonderful ideas that we have, and these wonderful New Year's resolutions, which I call New Year's evolutions, which I'm going to talk about that on my show next week, the Tarot Journey, New Year's evolutions. But anything that's made manifest on the earth plane comes through with contraction. So ideas and impulses and feelings must be made manifest through contraction, meaning that they are birthed, that they are given form, and they are, how do I want to say, squeezed into their rightful place. Just like, not getting too graphic here, but just like a baby is squeezed through the portal to come into the world. Hesed cannot exist without Geburah. So talking about the Kabbalah, the sacred Kabbalah. Yes, the two branches, the two arms, just like the two pillars on Solomon's temple, Boaz and Joachim. It comes through the portal. Hi, Linda. Thank you for being here. And so contraction and manifestation are the purview of Saturn and also Capricorn. And we are in the month of Capricorn, started at the winter solstice, so December 21st, and through the middle of this month. So we're still in that time frame of Capricorn. And so that's when people like to make New Year's resolutions. Their lists of, I'm going to get this done, and I'm going to be committed here, and I'm going to invest myself in right? Those are all good and wonderful things. Right on schedule, right on time in the month of Capricorn to make things manifest. The intentions, putting the action behind it, being integrous and leading the way in your own life. Those are things that Capricorn is all about. Now, there have been lots of intense energies around all of this, starting out the month here. And it is going to continue through the end of the month here, and I'm going to tell you all about that. So the sun, our Father who art in heaven, the sun in his yearly jaunt through the ecliptic, along his orbit and along his path, he meets up with every single planet at least once a year. Well, this month he meets up with two of the big guys. Right here at the beginning of the year, we're starting off with two big messages. First, the sun, our operating consciousness, our full illumination, met up with Saturn. And so what was their conversation about? All about get serious, get real, show a little leadership, and here's your report card. Of all the work you've been doing, here's your report card. It's time to see where you got the A's and where you got the C's and where you got the D's. So if you have a sense of being reported on, hi Sonia, thank you for joining me tonight. So if you have a sense of, okay, here are all the marks in these areas of my life, in my finances, in my relationship, in my career. For myself, in my corporate America job, I got my annual review last week. Right on time during all of this. So I got my report card on the career side of things on one of my many jobs that I have. So that came right on time, right on schedule. I've also been really putting in a lot of work in my New Year's evolutions, the intentions that I have for this year, the things that I want to accomplish, the things I want to invest myself in, and that I want to see results. Investing, seeing results, being clear, taking ownership, and determining and being hardworking. Those are all Capricorn Saturn traits. Hi, Barbie. So it's all right on time. So that was the beginning of the month. The sun met Saturn on January the 2nd. So we had a wonderful brand new year, and boom, we got our report card. In the sky, we got our report card. Then what happened is on January the 5th, we had a brand new moon. So a new year, a new moon, planting new seeds. And where was this new moon? Oh, in the sign of Capricorn. Of planting the seeds of our intentions, how we want to invest, how we are going to be committed and work toward our goals to really have the dividends. See, Saturn kind of gets a bad rap. Yeah, he's the one that gives you your report card, and he's also the one that gives you these big tasks to do. But let me tell you, when you do your work, and that is your emotional and mental and physical work, when you do your work, you get the rewards. When you go to the gym 5 times a week and you do the exercises, you will become more flexible and you will have that lean muscle. You will have something to show for yourself. Because Saturn comes around and says, here's your report card. What do you have to show for the work that you've done so far? Yes. Oh, taking a little breather there. So we had a brand new moon in the sign of Capricorn. Also encouraging us to really understand what we are investing in for this brand new year. Just over the weekend, we had the Son, our Father who art in heaven, our operating consciousness, the one who guides us, leads the way, shows us the way. All right. Meeting up with another really big character in the sky on January the 11th. We had the Sun meeting up with Pluto. Pluto, the god of the underworld. Pluto is karma. Pluto is the power of the chrysalis that changes the caterpillar into the butterfly. That's some big stuff. So not only are we being asked to clarify our intentions and how we are going to invest our time, we're also being shown the light of what is there buried in the basement or tucked away in the attic that needs to be gotten rid of. And what in our lives, what are the pockets in our lives that need to be transformed? Where are the little cocoons that are ready to become butterflies? That's what this time is all about. But it can feel very intense. It can feel like being squeezed and pinched and poked, and it can feel like on the mental level, on the spiritual level, on the emotional level, it can feel like we are all being birthed. Contractions coming right through that portal, right through that birth canal. Like, ooh. How many of you who are watching now or in the archives have that sense of, or that memory of, the time when you were coming through the birth portal into the world? Hi, Georgia. You were brought here and didn't know we shared a surname. Yes. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. This is Monday Metta on the Tarot Journey, where we have some loving kindness to start our week. And I talk a little bit about, whatever spirit leads me to. And tonight I'm talking about this big month of January and the time of Capricorn and the time of Saturn. So if you are out there and you are feeling like, I'm being birthed, I'm being born, and it feels like a push and a pull, and it feels like a squeeze, and it feels like, I don't know, but am I going to come out on the other end intact? I raise my hand, I'm with you. And just a little bit about astrology. I'm an evolutionary astrologer. And so my focus is all about how the stars and planets are supporting us as we are developing in the human dimension. Because we are souls, and our souls said, hey, I want to come here and kick it up and work a little magic and shine my light here. It's just we in our humanness think, oh, well, I didn't want to have this big of a nose, and I didn't want to be this short, and I didn't want to have this crazy curly hair, and this, and this, and this. So, just try to breathe. Try to breathe through this. Rob says, I don't recall the actual experience of birth, but it is archetypal. Yes. And has been part of many visions. Yes. So that sense of contracting to come through the portal into actually being manifest into the world. And that's a revelation that I got a few weeks ago, actually right when the year was changing, is that everything that comes into the world comes through contraction. So the seed, for example, the seed underground, it gets so hot and that it just bursts out of its shell. The shell just, high speed come apart. Bloop. There goes the seed. And so the roots go down. And then the plant, as it's making its way, it has to really focus and constrict itself to have enough power to push up through the soil when it finally becomes manifest in the spring. But it's that contracting that all of the potential has to contract and bear down to actually be born. And that's Saturn's domain. That's Capricorn's domain. And that's where we are right now. That's where we are right now. I think that's where I'm going to end this talk. There is more that I had on my notes, but Spirit is saying, that's enough. That what we really needed to know tonight, what we really needed to talk about is this feeling of, or this perception of being pushed and contracted and poked and pinched and prodded and shoved this way and contorted this way and contracting in and pushing down upon is really being born. Congratulations to being born to you. So let's share in the Monday Metta. Let's share in the loving kindness in action. I usually share it in the morning, the prayer. And then when we come together for Monday Metta Live, we say it together. So as you can reflect on it for yourself and for others, let's focus on it for all beings. So I'm going to put my left hand right here on my heart center. And as we say together, may all beings be at peace. That includes you and me and all sentient beings. May all beings be at peace. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. And may all beings be free. Oh, I just love Monday Metta when we get together. I really do. Please join me next week, next Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central for the full Tarot Journey show, where we're going to talk about New Year's evolutions. And yes, as always, part of the Tarot Journey, I will be doing live mini readings during that show. Thank you for joining me this evening, and may the peace that surpasses all human understanding be with each and every one of you. Om Shanti, and good night.